Welcome to this explainer. Let's just jump right into a topic that absolutely dominates our social media feeds today, dropshipping. We're going to look closely at whether dropshipping in 2026 is actually a legitimate business model or if it's just a modern internet scam. I'm going to guide you through exactly what the data, the platforms, and the market trends actually reveal.
Is dropshipping a scam? I mean, if you've spent any time online, you've definitely seen the flashy ads promising effortless wealth. You know the exact ones I'm talking about. Expensive cars, tropical beaches, and a guy telling you he made millions overnight with literally zero effort. Because of this aggressive, over-the-top marketing, highly skeptical folks are left wondering if the entire industry is just one giant fraud.
Well, here's some cognitive dissonance to anchor us. The global dropshipping market is projected to hit an astounding $537.8 billion this year in 2026. That is nearly double its 2023 value. Growth of that magnitude simply wouldn't exist if the underlying model didn't work for legitimate, everyday operators. Section 1. What is dropshipping really? Let's strip away the guru hype and look at the actual mechanics. At its absolute core, dropshipping is simply a fulfillment model. It's a retail method where you, the store owner, sell a product, but, and here's the kicker, you never actually touch or hold the physical inventory yourself. It essentially functions as a three-party system. The customer buys a product directly from your digital storefront, then you forward that order to a supplier, paying their wholesale price. Finally, that supplier packages and ships the item directly to your customer. You handle the marketing and the customer service, and the supplier handles the warehouse logistics. It's really that simple. And what's really fascinating here is who actually supports this ecosystem. Massive infrastructure giants like Shopify, WooCommerce, and even Amazon actively support and build specific tools for dropshipping. The fact that these massive platforms accommodate this shows that the structural model itself is entirely legal, legitimate, and recognized by regulatory bodies globally. Section 2, Scam versus Legit Business. Let's figure out how to spot the difference. So if the foundation is totally legit, where does this predatory reputation come from? Well, the divide really comes down to execution. Legitimate operators focus on clear shipping times, realistic product descriptions, and highly responsive support. In stark contrast, scammy ghost stores collect your payments, hide their refund policies, completely ignore support tickets, and essentially vanish. The model isn't the scam, the execution by bad actors is. Section 3, Spotting the red flags. Let's identify the specific predatory patterns you absolutely must avoid. To protect yourself, you have to relentlessly vet your suppliers. Fake wholesale suppliers often operate on cheap domain names like .co or .xyz. They'll intentionally hide their ownership data. They provide zero verifiable physical address that you can look up, and their customer support is a total ghost town. Honestly, these are the shady operations contributing heavily to the 12,000 dropshipping-related complaints the Better Business Bureau logged recently. Another massive red flag is the counterfeit trap. Watch out for prices that are way below normal retail, like $25 for brand new Nike shoes or $10 for Apple accessories. Selling these isn't just a bad customer experience, it triggers massive legal trouble. Just to give you an idea of the risk, Amazon suspended 50,000 accounts in 2024 specifically for counterfeit-related violations. It's just not worth it. And we can't talk about red flags without analyzing reviews. You've got to look for manipulation patterns, identical phrasing across multiple reviews, massive clusters of 5-star praise posted on the exact same day, or glowing reviews with absolutely zero specific details. Considering 42% of Amazon reviews were found to be fake in 2020, you must cross-check platforms to spot manipulated social proof. Finally, avoid the scammy education ecosystem. When you see claims like, make $10,000 in your first week with zero effort, run the other way. You need to be incredibly skeptical of expensive courses charging $997 for basic information you can find for free on Google. They intentionally hide the grueling operational reality of this business just to sell you a fantasy. Section 4, the real hidden drawbacks. Let's look at the very real challenges of the legitimate model. Even if you dodge the outright scams, this model has some severe structural weaknesses. Let's talk about the razor-thin margin squeeze that completely surprises beginners. Say you have a typical $50 product sale. You've got a $20 product cost, $8 for shipping, and $1.50 in payment gateway fees. But here's the kicker. Meta ad costs are up 20% year over year to about $2.50 per click. That means $17.50 might go straight to ad spend. Suddenly, your $50 sale leaves you with a tiny $3 profit.
You're basically making coffee money. Beyond thin margins, you also forfeit control over fulfillment. Deliveries from wholesale suppliers in China to the US commonly take 15 to 25 days. In a world where customers expect next-day delivery, massive delays like this will trigger chargebacks and terrible reviews if you aren't perfectly transparent about it on your storefront. So, to survive these tight margins and potential stock errors, smart operators are turning heavily to technology. Tools like Easync provide real-time stock, pricing, and tracking synchronization. By automating all of this, users actually report a 15% margin lift because it prevents them from accidentally selling out-of-stock items or having to eat the cost of a supplier's sudden price hike. Section 5, the 2026 Success Strategy. How legitimate entrepreneurs actually run this playbook today. If margins are tight and shipping is slow, how are people actually winning? Well, the smartest strategy frames dropshipping not as an end goal, but as a low-risk testing laboratory. First, you select 5 to 10 niche products. Second, you test them with small $100 to $200 ad budgets to gauge real market interest. Third, you aggressively kill any product converting at less than 1%. And finally, you scale the winners that give you a strong return on ad spend. It is all about validating demand with real data before you invest heavily. And once they find that winning product through rigorous testing, the pros don't just sit back. They abandon generic product arbitrage and they evolve. They start building real brand equity. This means investing in custom product photography, building an email list for repeat customers, and dropping custom inserts into their packaging. They shift away from a transactional, ad-dependent model to building a direct, trusting relationship with their audience. Which leaves us with this final provocative thought to consider. Is dropshipping really your final destination, or is it just the ultimate stepping stone to your future e-commerce empire? Think about it. If you treat it as an educational entry point to validate products and learn marketing rather than a get-rich-quick scheme, what massive brand could you eventually build from those first few validated tests? Definitely something to chew on as you plan your next move. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.